Hi everyone, King Billy here, back with another Idle Heroes video. If you could please like the video, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, that would be great. So today's video, I'm just going to go into the events that have came out on Friday. I'm sorry it's so late getting around to this now, but I've literally had no time whatsoever since Friday morning to even look at doing a video and recording anything. So this is my first chance. So let's have a quick look at these events here. So let's see, it's came out on Friday. You probably already had a look at them. But for anyone who's maybe is new to the game and doesn't quite understand the best way to play Idle Heroes, the best way to play Idle Heroes is by going on each Friday, having a look at the events and trying the best to complete the events. Sometimes early on you might not be able to complete all the events, but later on, as time goes on, you collect more resources and stuff like that. You get into a cycle and you chain your progress together, and you'll be able to complete all the events, and that'll just keep giving you more and more rewards that you need to progress further in the game. Okay, so let's have a look. First things first, they'll always put this at the top, which is, they're trying to make money obviously, so they'll put this at the top, which is the value package limited sale. So yeah, basically this is always going to have like some gems in it for some real money, some VIP experience on there as well, and then everything else is kind of related to the events themselves a bit. Okay, so on this one, because it's the Wishing Fountain event is the main thing here, we have obviously some wishing coins. Okay, so if you look at this, I mean, for me personally, it's crazy the kind of money that these guys ask for. You're asking me for $100. Well, it's pounds, but they put dollars for some reason. £100 for 5,000 gems, 150 casino chips, I'm going to call them, because that's what they used to be called, but wishing coins. So 150 wishing coins, 20 super wishing coins. And it is nice, you do get the new hero Nakia, and she is excellent for PvE damage. If you're not really so much into PvE and you play more PvP, then that package might not be necessarily one you'd be wanting to pick up there. So Nakia, we'll look at her in her 10-star form and go over her in a bit more detail. But yeah, she's pretty awesome. For £70 you can get the they get the 5,000 VIP experience. For £70 you get 3,500 VIP experience, 3,500 gems, 100 wishing coins, 15 super wishing coins, and this awesome Asmodel skin called Frozen Heart, which just looks awesome. I'm not sure what he's doing with his shield there, but yeah, it looks cool. For that one you get 2% attack, 2% crit and 5% crit damage. He's very much a crit based hero. He puts his crit marks on people, so it's a very suitable skin. What's to say, can't get limited skin, blah blah. There will be no flaw because it's frozen from inside. Whatever, man. Funny idle heroes like that. Yeah, and then so moving down the list, I mean, you're allowed two of these. You can get a £50 package, 2,500 gems, 70 coins, and 10 super coins. And then at the bottom, you're allowed five of those. You get VIP experience for 2,500, and for £10, you can get VIP experience of 500. You're allowed five of these, and you get 500 gems, 15 coins, and two super coins. So yeah, if that's your thing, if you like spending money on the game, then go ahead. There's plenty to be going out there. So I know some people might not think this is a great event to spend money on. That's fair enough. Personally, me, I don't spend money, so that's that. The Wishing Fountain event there. So if you're new to the game, it's just during the event, every wish in the Wishing Fountain will get you 1 point. It doesn't include Super Wishing Fountain, so just the normal coins, the bronze ones. If you reach a specified points listed below, you'll get the rewards there, and you can complete this up to up to 4 times, should you wish to. As you can see there, for 50 points you get 2 super wishing coins and 2 orbs, 2 profit orbs. So just have a quick look at them. There you go. For 100 points you get the same again. When you reach 200 points you get 4 super chips and 2 profit orbs, and when you get the full completion of 300 points you get 2 Prophet Orbs, 5 Glorious Relics, and a copy of Flame Strike there, 5-star copy. Fortress Hero. Now, it's worth mentioning here that you don't necessarily need 300 coins to complete the event. You need 240 coins to complete the event, because as long as you spend 10 at a time in the Wishing Fountain on the left here, as I say, the bronze coins only, not the purple coins, then for 8 coins you get 10 spins. So you only need 240 spins to get 300 points if you do them 10 spins at a time. Okay, and on here, really, you want to be going for the armor, the other armor, and the 4-star shard, and you can refresh it for free every 3 hours, I think it is. It'll give you a free refresh again if you want to do that. And look at the coins, because on here, if that spins around, come on, 375,000 I can get when I land on that gold. It's based on your level as to how much gold you can actually get, and it's also a choice of 3 options. So for me, 375,000 is the top option, which is great. You get loads when you're doing 10 spins at a time on that. The middle option is 250,000, and the lower option is 125,000. As I say, it's dependent on your player level. Okay, and the good thing about this as well is that when you spin, you will get 10 lucky coins, which is these things in the top right. And a little lucky coin store. If you press the thing, you can get random things like armor and stuff. I've never bought any of that. I don't recommend you do. I think it's very expensive for what you get. I'll just wait till I've got 8,000 and I get an 8,000 coin 5-star hero. They're just food heroes generally, so some of them cost £10,000, but they're still a food hero, so I don't really know why you would want to pay the extra 2,000 for them. I just stick to the ones that cost 8,000 and use them as food. And there's not much more, I don't think, to do with that. Let's have a look in the cool events here. Wishing Fountain. Yep, that's pretty much that one covered. I'll go over the heroes at the end there. Shelter mission. So you've got your, from left to right, Emily, Bloodblade, Gru, Scary. Now most of these are food monsters. But Scary is a really good monster, especially in PvE. You can use him if you've got multiple Scaries. If you're lucky enough to get enough copies to have more than one Scary, their damage will go up insanely. And at the end, you have a light and dark hero, which is Amuvor and Belrain, both good heroes. But what we'll do is we'll go over the heroes later on. I'll just quickly go over how this event works. So there's nothing else that the event works within the event page here. As you can see, I've already got a green tick above Gru and Scary there, so I've already got those guys. So the normal faction heroes, okay, so the first 4, you just press accept, and it'll show you the rewards you get. So you get the 5-star copy of the hero, in this case Emily, 1 for each faction. So this one's for Fortress. You get the 4-star gear. The 4-star gear is really good if you are an early to mid game player and you still haven't got any 6-star gear or anything like that, and you're still building up to get enough 6-star gear to cover all your heroes in the team. It does make your heroes a lot stronger when you've got that 6-star gear or class specific gear on, so you need to get as much gear as possible when you can. The way you get that is if you click on the little plus at the bottom there. We'll go for the one on the left first. You can see it's got a little mage symbol. Now usually you need 4-star heroes of the same I don't know what this is called. You see, she's a priest, so usually it would be 4 priests, 4-star priest copies of any hero who's a priest within that faction of Fortress. There's no 4-star priests though in Fortress, so they're just going for a mage in this case. And then you also need any 5-star hero of the faction as well. Okay, I'm not going to go for an Emily myself. I don't need that armor. The other thing that is good though, if you don't necessarily want the hero, but there's another hero that you've got already out of your bag and you don't want that one either, you can trade them, get that one, and she'll go into your bag. If you want that to be in your bag, so that when the heroic miracle event comes around, you could do that, and that means she's in your bag there, ready to bring out and help you complete the heroic miracle and get further rewards. So in that instance, definitely worth doing if you can, if you need the extra heroes in there for the heroic miracle. Yeah, so it's the same for Bloodblade, where there are actually, he's an assassin, I think. Yeah, and there are actually assassins in here. So in this faction, so you get 4 assassins of the 4-star variety from the Shadow faction, and a 5-star Shadow hero, and you'd get the rewards listed at the top there. Bloodblade's okay for early game and stuff, you know. He does a bit of bleeding damage and what have you. So yeah, he's all right. Yeah, in my opinion, not bad. Gru, he's just like a bit of a tank. I don't know, he's not great, but he's a bit of a tank. I think I just got him because I had no bag space and I wanted to get rid of a few copies out, so I got rid of them. And Scary, as I say, Scary is awesome for PvE. The 2 at the end, the Light and Dark hero, are different. So what happens here is, if I click on just Army of War, for example, to get one of them, I need to put 2 5-star heroes of the Dark faction in, plus 2,000 gems. So it's quite expensive, plus it's hard to get 5-star Light and Dark copies. So if you happen to use 2 of them to get one, you're putting yourself back a bit, you're stopping your progress a little bit. If you feel it's important to you to get that specific hero, and you want the Army of War, then by all means, you go for it. Also, again, it's one of those things, sometimes you don't have a Light and Dark hero to pull out your bag for the Heroic Miracle, so if you have to do it and sacrifice the 2 and the 2,000 gems to get that in your bag and have it for the Heroic Miracle event, then that might be an option to make sure you complete the Heroic Miracle in full and get full rewards. I was tempted to get the Belrain copy this month because I need to get that final copy of her just to make my Belrain up to a 10-star. I've got 1 Glorious Relic at the minute because I've just used all my Glorious Relics to buy an Aspen copy so I can get him up to 10-star. So I was tempted, I realised that even if I did want to do it and I had the gems and I used 2 light heroes, 2 5-star light heroes to get her, then I would end up with no food to use to build her anyway, so it was pretty pointless. So I've just used all my food to build a 6-star, which is why you can see I've only got decent heroes there. I've got Asmodel and Ada, who I'm keeping those ones. So yeah, I just made my 6-star Divine Spirit, just uses food for when I get my, because I've got 1 copy in the bag of Belrain, so when I get my 2nd copy I'll be able to go in there and I'll be able to say 6-star, get a random 9-star, and the 2 copies, and I'll be able to 10-star here. So anything left? So Shelter Mission, that's the Shelter Mission pretty much covered off there as well. Great Dwarf's Blessing comes around, that lasts actually 2 weeks, and that'll not be on for 2 weeks, and that'll be on for 2 weeks again usually. And all this is just to go in and you can get the army you've already got, and you can upgrade it by using gold and gems. As you can see, limit on each one is just 1 for that 2-week period. Really, I don't tend to do this until I get a 5-star set of gear, and then I'll use that 5-star set and upgrade it to a 6-star set in here by using the 60 million gold and the 2,500 gems. I've got enough 6-star for now, really, to at least for my main team. Or see, I might use 8 and 9 heroes, rotate between a few of them on my main team. So I've pretty much got enough there now. It just, when it comes to it's a Trial of the Champion where you have to put like 3 teams of heroes, and obviously I don't have that much gear, top gear for them, so I'm still making the stuff. And then at the bottom here, if you've got 6-star gear, you can put that in with your 100 million gold and your 4,000 gems, and you can get class specific gear, which kind of benefits just that 1 class there. So definitely worth doing if you've got the gems and the gold to spend on that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the events there. That's how that works. We'll go over the 2 heroes that are in the new event as well. So that we'll go over Nokia first because I like her. So we'll look at her best one. So there she is. Nokia, so she's a new hero with 482,000 base health from left to right here. She's an assassin hero, 35,000 attack, 1,579 defense, and 1,218 speed, which is really, really fast. And she looks awesome in a 10-star form, I think, personally. Ferocious Bite is her active skill, which deals 230% of attack damage against 2 random backline enemies and bleeds them for an extra 198% of attack damage per round for 15 rounds. Meanwhile, she bleeds the slow targets for an extra 198% of attack damage per round for 15 rounds. So basically, 15 rounds, that's insane. No one else is doing that kind of damage over time for 15 whole rounds. She can get massive numbers. I've seen videos where she gets massive numbers. in boss damage, which is awesome for PvE. Not so much so for PvP maybe, but yes, PvE certainly awesome hero. Now then, onto the passive skills from left to right. So the first passive skill is Arachnid Madness. That's just basically the stat boost. So attack 35%, crit plus 35%, control immune 30%, speed plus 30%, damage on bleeding targets plus 80%. So everything's pretty standard there. A lot of crit coming in, but then also plus the 30 speed to make her even faster. And the main one is the damage on bleeding target, which is plus 80%, which again, just bleeding them targets, she's going to be insane every time those targets are bled. What's next? Passive skill, Abyss of Torment. This basic attack bleeds all backline enemies for an extra 100% of attack damage per round for 3 rounds and reduces them 30 speed. So not only is she getting faster from Arachnid Madness passive, she's also going to then slow down the enemies as well. So she's definitely going to be faster than them if everything's going well for you. And again, just basically bleeding. Look at that, bleeding all the back enemies. That's usually 4 enemies, isn't it? If you're on a boss, it'll just be the 2 enemies or whatever is on there. For 3 rounds, reduce the speed. Relentless Rage is the third and final passive skill. So active skill or basic attack bleeds all bleeding enemies for 100% of attack damage per round for 3 rounds. If it is a crit, again, so she's got the crit one there, so the extra crit from there is going to come in handy. If it is a crit, then bleeds all the bleeding targets. So that already bleeding, she's going to bleed them again for an extra 100% of attacks. So that's stacking up the bleeding damage on top of the previous bleeding damage for 3 rounds. So yeah, very nasty there. Who was the other hero? I can't remember. I'll have to have a look. Flame Strike, I've remembered. So she's a Fortress hero. Not one I've ever built, not one I'd be looking to build. I would definitely be looking to build Nokira if I can. She's there, Flame Strike. There we go. So she's a mage with 711,000 base health. That's a lot. 27,000 attack, 1579 defense, and 1155 speed. So not very fast there. So let's just quickly go over her. She's an old hero. Breath of Fire is the active skill which deals 276% of attack damage against 4 random enemies and burns them, dealing an extra 50% of attack damage against the target per round for 6 rounds. Increases self 50% of control immune for 3 rounds. So nice to get some control immune. She's basically a burn based unit in the way that Nokia was very much a bleeding based unit. I have seen people try to get Flame Strike into a burn team, so most people have a Valk, so you could put her in there with the Valk. I think Sigmund, he's a burn hero as well. Who else? Cthulhu, people try to put her in with Cthulhu, but it's a lot of investment to put into some heroes with that specific set of class if it doesn't turn out well. And from what I've seen, it doesn't turn out that well, but I haven't really seen of anyone who's doing it since the Phoenix monster came out, and the Phoenix does burn damage. So if anyone's got a real burn based team out there, especially if you've had one beforehand, before the Phoenix monster came out, you can tell and you've got a Phoenix monster now. I'd love to hear in the comments, how that's gone for you and how you found the synergy with the Phoenix monster as well. That would be great. So if anyone's got that kind of information, stick it in the comments, please. I'd love to hear from you. The first passive skill is the Rising Flame. So whenever a hero on the battlefield gets burned, increases self 2% of attack and 4% of skill damage, lasting for 4 rounds. When the same hero is burned for multiple times at the same time, this skill will only be triggered once. Okay. Second passive is Ring of Roaring Flame. So when a round ends, Flame Strike will deal 25% of attack burning damage against all enemies per round for 6 rounds. And the third and final one, which is just the stat buff there, which is Storm Power 3, passive skill, HP plus 40, attack plus 20%, crit damage plus 25%, and crit on burning targets plus 50%. So there you go, that's Flame Strike for you. I'm probably not going to go over all of the heroes that are in the Shelter mission. As I say, Emily, no one in the right round is building Emily ever. Bloodblade, we'll go over Bloodblade just because he's a bleeder, and we've just gone over Nokia stats with the bleeding. But I don't think anyone's really going to be trying to build at that level in Nokia and also Bloodblade, because he's just not that good. So let's have a quick look at Bloodblade. Where are you? Bloodblade, that's you there. Okay, so from left to right. He's an assassin from left to right. His stats are base stats: 448,000 for his health, 28,000, almost 29,000 for his attack, 1476 for his 7.6 for his defense, so it's a low defense, 11.72 for the speed. Quickly go over these. So Uncanny Blade, active skill, deals 188% of attack damage against 3 random enemies and an extra 140% of attack damage per round for 2 rounds. Deals an extra 95% of attack damage on range as per round. And restores self 240% of attack HP. So at least he can restore himself some HP as well. So you might actually, if you did build, you might also be a hero you could then take into the Aspen dungeon, because he's got that self heal, so that'll be good. Each basic attack has a 100% chance to bleed the target. There we go. So at least all the targets are definitely going to be bled. Dealing with 45% of attack damage per round for 4 rounds. Increases self a very specific 16.8% of armor break for 4 rounds. Just make it 17%. Seriously. Carnage Heart 3, precision plus 50, attack plus 30, armor break plus 32, HP plus 30, and damage against bleeding targets plus 140%. He's got quite a lot for an old hero. He's got a lot of stat buffs there. They used to usually have like 2 or 3. Passive skill 3, life drain 3. Whenever a foe dies, restores self 240% of attack HP. Okay. I'm not going to go into that in too much more detail. As I say, no one's really building them anyways. No one's really building the old Groom Monster either. Here he is, just a big old tank, 717,000 health. His attack's low though, it's 16. I think it goes up over time. He's very slow at 11.58. His defense is low at 16.31. He's a warrior. I'm not going over all these in detail, but let's have a quick scan of them. So, steals some armor from them, that's good. Restores self. So again, heals himself. Yeah, you could take him into the Aspen dungeon possibly. Reduces the target 50 minutes. So he strips him of armor, strips him of attack, strips him of crit. He's got some good kind of support unit skills there. When taking damage, has a 100% chance to counter attack as well. So he could go well in the number 1 slot, getting hit over and over and coming back and hitting them back. Dealing 200% of damage. So a good counter attack there at 200% of attack. Okay, we want to look at scary monster. Where are you? I've never been able to build a scary yet. I've never had enough copies of him. I've struggled to get copies of him. I want one really badly. I want 2 really badly actually. I don't know how they'd fit in my team, but I still want them regardless. They're great for the kind of PvE boss damage, especially when you have more than one. The more you have, the more damage they do. They're lethal. Great damage. So he's a mage. Is it a he or she? I can't remember. If you know if it's a he or a she, leave it in the comments. It was confirmed by the devs at Idle Heroes. They did say, and I can't for the life of me remember. So now we'll just say Scary. So Scary has Death Ray, active skill. Deals 114% of attack damage against all enemies and tags them with a lightning mark. It was these lightning marks that stack up and do all the damage when you have more than one. More than one Scary, has a 30% chance to tag an extra lightning mark. The lightning mark will increase 35% of Scary's active skill damage against the target. Insect armor 3. So passive skill, damage reduced plus 20%, HP plus 35%, crit plus 20%. Just basic stuff there. The second passive is the grip of the death 3. Not the grip of death, the grip of the death. Basic attack tags the target with a lightning mark, which will increase 35% of attack. It's basically similar to the active skill, which will increase 35% of active skill damage against the target and steal 10% of attack from the target for 2 rounds. That's a nice little bonus there, stealing the attack. Death Spread 3 is the third and final passive for Scary. When attacked, tags the attacker with a lightning mark, which will increase 35% of attack skill damage against the attacker and increase self 15% of crit damage for 3 rounds. Okay, so if you're new to the game and you get some Scary copies, please keep them, don't use them as food. I remember when I got my first Scary copy, I didn't have a clue about the game, didn't know what was going on, I didn't understand half the stuff that was written down, and I just was like, what's all this about? All the moves look the same on this one. He hasn't got any arms or legs or whatever. I'm not feeling it, and I'd use it as food, and I've struggled ever since to get copies, and now I've got 4 copies. I need my 5th copy. So there we go. Here's my Scary story for you. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today's video. As I say, if you've got anything that you can contribute comment-wise, if you've had any kind of bleed teams or definitely burn teams where you've felt the synergy, especially if you've got a Phoenix monster in there, tell us how you're doing, what kind of damage you're doing there. And just tell us if you also think it's worth playing the casino chip event. I know some people say no, we don't do it. I've stated my reasons why I think it's worth doing, but I understand if you didn't want to do that, you want to invest your gems into other things. It's definitely things like, you know, your scrolls and stuff like that. I never buy scrolls personally because I don't spend real money on the game, and I think if you want to benefit from the scrolls events, you've really kind of got to be spending money on it. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope it was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. And that's all from me, King Billy. Till the next video, take care.